Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a global tour of the single most dominant feature on our entire planet, its oceans. They shape our world in ways we barely even think about, so let's dive right in. Okay, let's start with a number, 71%. That is how much of our planet's surface is covered by water. It's this huge, interconnected blue machine that shapes our climate, our history, and pretty much all life on Earth. Now, we're all taught that there are five, right? The Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic. But is that really the whole story? Is it actually that simple? This question is going to be our guide today as we explore the unique personality of each one and figure out how they all fit together. All right, so our first stop, it's the big one, the Pacific. If this ocean had a personality, it would be dramatic, powerful, and just full of extremes. It is, in almost every sense of the word, a world of its own. I mean, the scale of the Pacific is just tough to wrap your head around. It's not just the biggest ocean. It's so vast it covers more area than all of the Earth's continents combined. Think about that for a second. It's also the deepest. It's where you'll find the Great Barrier Reef, and it's surrounded by this zone of incredible geological chaos. And that geological chaos, well, it's called the Ring of Fire. This massive horseshoe-shaped belt of pure tectonic power. This is exactly why countries from Japan all the way to the Americas have so many earthquakes and volcanoes. You're literally looking at the Earth's crust in constant, violent motion. And to really get a sense of how deep we're talking, check this out. If you could take the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, and just drop it into the deepest part of the Pacific, the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. It's a staggering, almost unbelievable depth. All right, so from the ocean of extremes, we're going to cross over into the Atlantic. Now, it's the second largest, so it's a bit smaller, but its role in the human story is absolutely massive. This is the ocean of history, the great highway that completely reshaped the world. For centuries, the Atlantic was the main stage for everything, for exploration, trade, and the immense migrations that connected Europe, Africa, and the Americas. It literally drove global history. But beneath the surface, it's got its own drama, from incredible hidden geology to, of course, the enduring mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. And way down, hidden under all that water, is this absolute marvel, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It's a gigantic underwater mountain range, basically a giant seam running down the Earth's crust where new ocean floor is being born as the continents pull apart. Okay, let's keep moving. We're heading east now, into the Indian Ocean. This one's different. It's warmer, it's more enclosed, and it acts like a powerful engine, driving the climate for a huge chunk of the world's population. So the big thing to know about the Indian Ocean, it's warm, really warm, and that heat does more than just warm the beaches. The evaporation from its surface is what fuels the massive Asian monsoons, a literal lifeline for billions of people. And while it's a super important highway for global trade, that warmth also makes its ecosystems incredibly fragile in a changing climate. The warmest ocean on Earth. Let that sink in for a second, because where we're going next is the complete and total opposite. So now we're heading to the poles, the very ends of the Earth, to the two polar oceans. It's best to think of them together, really. They're basically the planet's air conditioning system, working to keep global temperatures in check. And boom, there it is, the contrast, from the warmest ocean to the home of the coldest waters on the planet. And that massive difference in temperature, it's absolutely essential. It's the engine that drives the huge ocean currents that circulate heat and nutrients all around the globe. But here's the thing you've got to understand. These two polar oceans are not the same. In fact, they're fundamentally different. Look here, the Arctic, up at the North Pole, is basically a frozen ocean surrounded by land. There's no continent underneath, just a big cap of floating sea ice. The Southern Ocean, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. It's an ocean that surrounds a frozen continent, Antarctica. And the Southern Ocean is home to this absolute beast, the Antarctic Circumpolar Current. It's the most powerful current on the entire planet, and it flows in a continuous circle around Antarctica, never stopping. It's the master connector, the planet's great mixing bowl, blending waters from the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, and spreading nutrients that feed marine life everywhere. Which brings us all the way back to the question we started with. We've toured 5 very different oceans, each with its own vibe, its own personality. But that current we just talked about, It's a massive clue that they aren't really separate at all. They're all one. Think about it. Everything we've talked about, it's all connected. The powerful currents, like that one in the south, they move nutrients around the world. The warmth of the Indian Ocean creates weather patterns thousands of miles away. The icy polar waters soak up enormous amounts of CO2 from the air. It all works together as one giant planetary life support system. When you boil it all down, it really comes to this simple, powerful truth. This one global ocean is the engine of life. Plain and simple. Its health is our health, and its future is our future. So if it really is all one big ocean, what does that mean for us? If a problem like pollution in one corner of the world can eventually impact the entire system, what does that mean for how we treat it? It means a problem anywhere is a problem everywhere. And that right there is the most important thing to take away from our tour.